Hello, I'm Nancy Stohlman, and I'm here to answer your questions about flash fiction. And today, specifically, I'm here to talk to you about the 3 reasons why I think you should be journaling. And this is kind of a continuation of a conversation that we were having a few weeks ago in an episode when I brought up journaling as one of those ways to help us be ready for inspiration. And so if you want to rewatch that episode, I will link it below. But my 3 reasons for why you should be journaling. Number 1 is what I talked about in that episode already. So number 1 is that journaling is a way that we stay in shape and limber and ready for ideas when they come to us. So just as the athlete is practicing their, drills every day, and just as the piano player is practicing scales every day, and the singer is warming up their voice every day, that the journaling for me is how we stay ready, how we stay warmed up, how we are the right person to catch the story when it actually comes to us, when the muse is generous to us. So that's number 1. We need to be journaling so that we can be in shape and ready for the ball when it comes to us. There's 2 other reasons I want to talk about today. One of them has to do with play, creative play. And so I think that journaling is one of those places where we can write and it doesn't count. And I believe that all inspiration is really coming from this place of experimentation and innovation and play, and that we need to allow ourselves some measure of play. And what I mean by that is work that doesn't count, that's not commissioned, that we don't have an idea already of where it's going to be published. As a matter of fact, when we're in our journal, we're not even thinking about publishing. We're just writing for the love of writing, for the beauty of writing, because we love to make sentences, because we love words. So journaling is really a place where we get to have writing that doesn't count, where we get to play. And in lowering the stakes, lowering the standards of what happens in the journal, we actually allow the back door to open and the really cool ideas to slip in, because we're not goal orientated. When we're journaling, we're not thinking about a goal. We're not trying to achieve a goal. We're just journaling for play, just as children play, and they don't have an end goal necessarily. So we need a certain amount of creative play in order to find our new ideas, to experiment or take a risk that maybe we would be not confident enough to take if it really counted. So journaling really allows us that sandbox, that playground where we get to see what works and see what doesn't work, perhaps. And the 3rd reason I think that we need to be journaling is because our writing is like a relationship. And in order for a relationship to grow and thrive, and I am certainly not your relationship expert here, but in order for your relationships to grow and thrive, you need to have frequent contact. If you wait to do all your writing on the weekend, let's say, well, now you have to catch up. Now you have to kind of spend half your weekend writing time remembering what it was that you were even thinking about, because it's been so long. Rather than if you were talking on the phone every day, i.e. journaling every day for even 10 or 15 minutes, well, it's warmed up all the time. It's fresh. You don't have to get to know your writing again every time you sit down to write. You can just kind of jump in where you were before because it was only yesterday. And so this idea of momentum, when you write every day, you kind of create this momentum, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, equaling 70 minutes total each week, actually counts for more than putting in 70 minutes one day, because half of those 70 minutes you're going to be trying to remember what it was that you were thinking to begin with. So to recap, you need to be journaling for 3 reasons, more probably, but you need to be journaling because you need to be ready and warmed up. You need to be limber. You need to have practiced those moves many times so that you can be ready to catch the ball. Because you need to be able to play. You need to have some place in your world where you can create messy art that may fail. if you don't have any room to fail, then you have no room to innovate, right? And 3, you need to stay in constant contact with the relationship that is your writing, because if you want that relationship to grow, then you can't just save it all for the weekend. You actually have to be like checking in. Hey, how are you doing? Every day if you can. If you are feeling like journaling is a waste of time, it's just extra writing that's never going to amount to anything, you don't have time for it, you don't like to write by hand. I mean, if your writing is going like awesome right now, great, just don't even watch this. But if you feel like there's something else that you could be doing, if you feel like there's something else that might make your writing pop, or that might really help you kind of motivate yourself, maybe out of a rut or maybe into some new territory, I suggest journaling. It's easy, it's free, it's cheap. It's free, not cheap, it's free. And you can start right now. So you could turn this off and you could start right now.